Welcome to Hey Therapist. I'm your host, Leslie Ross. With me is my producer, Jay Wesley Lindley. Let's get mental. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome. Here we are.
We're going to continue that episode from last week. So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, go listen. However, as random as we are, you can probably just continue on with this one and not miss a beat. So let's go.
Let's go with Leslie and Riley.
So when you're out there dating and you may have been in more in the straight circle than at a gay bar or something, how soon did you tell people, hey, or did they ask, or how do you navigate?
It's in the profile.
That
it's in full caps lock. I am not because I'm not going to put myself in a position.
Right, because it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. I have conversations with friends that are trans. I'm like, hey, baby, like, hee hee ha ha. No, this is not what we play with, because you don't want to be played like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to, no one wants to be played like that. And it's a very dangerous. I've been in some situations that are dangerous and you need to get the hell out of there. I was very upfront and honest about that. And it did make my dating pool very weird and strange. I could see that. And the limits that were on it, because it is like, I go to the gay bars and have the best time of my life, but I'm not interested in anybody there and they're not interested in me. In my other life, I was a lesbian. And
God,
we will
it's
say
insane.
That. Okay. We will say that. In my other life, I think I was a lesbian because lesbians love me. I love lesbians too. I can't do that.
Well, not romantically or sexually or anything.
No. But emotionally, baby, hell yeah. Let's get two twin beds and let's ride it out. But
give me the U-Haul.
But they love me.
They love
second
JC.
date, let me get a U-Haul. But they love me.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I have theories about it. Of just maybe it's because
they don't like me and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but you're a bitch.
I am a bitch. You know.
Just a little.
Well, I give off don't fuck with me vibes too, and lesbians also give off don't fuck with me vibes. So it's just clashing.
Well, I think
energy.
y'all probably want to have a showdown at the Home Depot. You know what I mean? It's that
and I'm gonna win.
Like, we're all gonna prove that we are just man enough. Like, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
So it's. I think that's it. I think if y'all actually came together, it'd be a beautiful thing.
I don't think so. That is one thing I'm not willing to change. I'm not willing to change it.
Well, lesbians, I love y'all. And y'all love me.
It's okay.
I don't want to date you, but...
Drive your Subarus, you're fine.
Great fuel economy. You can pack a lot of shit. Hey, you can pack a lot of shit in them.
It just pisses me off that I always feel like the lesbians take all of my clothes when I go shopping because I wear a small and extra small.
They love a tot.
The lesbians always get the sizes first. It pisses me off.
Well, you got to get in tune with the drop dates, hun.
I'm going to have to get in tune
because here's the other thing. Because they're women, they're so scheduled. And you are too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But women have a sixth sense.
Yeah.
And they know when that shit's going to hit the floor.
It's true.
So that's why I say band with them. We'll work on it.
They do just be fighting over shirts.
We'll work on it. Not the Henley. Not the cargo pants.
Not my car. Y'all know I love a good cargo pant. These are carpenters.
When you are out there dating, though, talk about those dangerous situations, because if you met someone in the wild, how would you navigate that?
Well, you kind of have to gauge that, because that is one thing, because that can be dangerous in itself. You know, I'm going to gauge it off of, well, where is this going? You know what I mean? But I wasn't a fisherman, is what I like to call them, because we'll go see if we can throw our fish out there and catch any bait, you know, and try to see if we can catch fish. That just was too dangerous to me, because I definitely have been in a situation where they did not know that I was trans, and they approached me and I did not approach them, and I was minding my damn business, because I would also like to make it very known that most trans women are not going out, just trans people in general, are not going to put themselves in harm's way or run out there and try to
trick someone.
The trickery. Like, that's not really going on.
Trans know that you have to be forthcoming about that.
Yeah.
It is a very
Baby, I'm not playing
situation.
with my life. Are you kidding me? Over a little bit of dick? Dick's a dime a dozen. I'm not doing that. No, absolutely not.
But on the other hand, I do think there's a lot of trans people out there with the mindset of, well, if you liked me before, you should like me now, and I don't have to worry about these.
And I disagree with
about these.
I'll be one of the ones to say I disagree with that.
Yeah,
you need to be forthcoming. That's just like I want a man to be forthcoming if he's got 50, 11 kids that he's, you know what I mean? Like, you better tell me all the tea. I want to know. But especially because that's just playing. And I don't play like that. I don't play. He and I haul, but I don't haul like that. Right. I did have a situation where I was out and about and a man had approached me and was trying to pursue it hot and heavy. And I was just like, no. Right. I was definitely like, no. And so it was obviously like there was a little bit of that egotistical, predatory style, trying to catch the prey, which it repulses me and I act like a fool when any kind of man does that. It's the quickest switch to fly off on me. I finally was just like, listen, dude, like you're barking up the wrong tree anyways, just to let you know. He started trying to get physical. And luckily, like I was in a public space and it got shut down very quickly. But I'm just like, I didn't come up to you. Right. I know I'm beautiful, honey. I do know that. Right. If I know anything in this world, I tell myself every day. And it's not that I'm trying to trick any. I'm just me. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just living my life just because I put my foundation on and this is what came out of it. It's not trickery. It's just me. That's what I do agree with, you know, but if it came down to that, I was always very forthcoming. But in public situations, I knew when the time would come. And that was if we're getting more serious. But 9 times out of 10, I was not I'm going to go to the bar, take a random man, you know what I mean? Like that. Now, I would get on an app. I would maybe get on an app and find a random man. But that way, it was also already disclosed. Right. You already accepted the terms and agreements to this package, okay?
If you read thoroughly, you know what you're getting.
Yeah. And there would be situations where I'd have to be like, hey, go reread my profile. Check back in, you know, because we're not having I didn't know situation. Now, if you want to go tell people you lying, but that's on you, boo-boo. Yeah. That's on you. And probably the deed was already done past then anyway. So right. Don't pull me into it. But no, I advocate strongly on you need to be forthcoming and you need to say that. But I say that with any situation in heterosexual relationships too. I'm like, baby, put your shit out there. Stop dragging around this, Louis Vuitton trunk level of luggage and baggage with you. Put your shit out there and get it out of the way. But I've always been that way too. And I've been in situations, the guy that I dated when we were in Dallas that ended up being
cuckoo cuckoo.
If I can go on a story time.
Please do.
So me and Riley were just moving to Dallas. Picture it, Dallas, 2022, 23? I don't remember. The
2022.
I think it was 2022. I had started dating this man who presented to me that he was a developer in McKinney. Okay. So I'm over here thinking, baby, we're going to get in this apartment now, but we going to be living in a good big ass house eventually. Don't you worry. I'm going to secure the bag for us. And so
no bag is secured if y'all don't.
No bag. We're in Oklahoma right now. No bag was secured other than some extra baggage and trauma. So I'm dating this man. Everything is going, Leslie, when I say red carpet, wonderful. And this man is dripping the sugar and he is telling me everything that I could dream of being told. And so everything's going totally fine. And even Riley's like, well, shit, she's going to run off and get married at this point. Like we're going to move there and I'm going to be single by myself, just in this apartment. She's going to be gone. And so, because when I say he was painting it on thick,
I even met him.
And that's where it went wrong, everyone. So
I met him. I could see through the bullshit.
No, listen, because we still were like, oh, damn. So at this point,
he was cute. He was real cute.
At this point, we had been dating for like 3 months. And this is literally, Riley and I went and signed our lease on the apartment, dropped off a carload and left a car there and dropped everything off that we could. And we were going back to Paris to get the rest of our shit and move to Dallas. This man was going to help us move in. He was going to hang all of our TVs, do all this stuff. Like he was active. So we're on our way back. We stopped at Target because we needed like a curtain rod and like when you're moving. Yeah. And he was like, oh, like that's just right up the street from me. Like I'm going to swing by. I really want to see you, you know, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, but I just really want to see you and just say, hey, and that way I can meet Riley and stuff like that. And I'm over here like, this man is so sweet. Oh, he's perfect. And so he comes and he literally walks us around Target, pushes our cart for it. You know what I mean? Just like dripping sugar, gentleman, la-di-da-da. Takes it out, loads it up into the car. I'm still over here just goo-goo-eyed, stupid. I'm looking at Riley like, do you see my man? Do you see this big old man taking care of us? And he loads everything up, gives me a kiss goodbye, whatever. We go our separate ways. We didn't leave the Target parking lot. And he calls me. And I'm like, well, maybe he just forgot to tell me something or whatever. And he's like, hey, like, I just wanted to say, like, it was really good meeting Riley. Like, everything sounds great still. He's like, I just was really glad. I was kind of nervous. Did he like me? You know, just typical questions that.
By the way, he was on speakerphone.
He was on speakerphone.
And I'm sitting over there like,
because I was like, I'm gonna put him on speaker so we can debrief later.
Right. I don't have to replay the message. You can just listen.
So, you know, we're talking for a minute. I'm like, hey, like we got to talk about some stuff with moving and stuff like that too. You know, I'll call you when I get home. Okay, babe, I'll talk to you later. Da-da-da. We got something. I think we maybe 5 minutes later get another phone call. It was like the message was on repeat, Leslie. He called and said the exact same thing again. And I'm like, maybe we're both looking at each other like.
When I tell you I whipped my head so fast, I was like,
maybe.
I said, hey, bitch, something
He said,
right.
that doesn't seem right. And I was like, maybe he's just nervous. You know, I'm still looking through the green flags at yellow.
Message.
We were at yellow at that point, and I was just like, maybe he's just nervous. I'm making an excuse for this man. That man called me 5 more times on the way home.
Oh my!
On an hour drive. We had an hour to get home, and so we get home, and I'm looking at Riley. I'd finally gotten this man off the phone, and I said, something is not right.
No,
something ain't right. Well, he of course calls my ass again, and at this point. When I say I was sick to my stomach because it was such a like switch flipped Jekyll and Hyde, like who am I talking to? This isn't the man that I've talked to for the last 3 months. And when I say it was such a, and not to make light of any kind of mental health either, like it was such a manic episode that I was just trying to make sure he wasn't in harm's way at that point.
Sure.
And at that point I was just like, I don't even know what this means.
Do you remember it was something to do with the garage door too?
It was crazy.
It was something. There was something
the garage door. His granddaddy. We're driving around the loop. We going. It was
the
just
most insane conversation.
Like I mean, nothing was making sense, and it was definitely like it was a manic episode.
Are you on something? What's happening here?
Truly, because no, I'm talking about nothing. Nothing was pointing to these signs, and I mean, I know I will look past a red flag and say it's orange. I know I will, but I can honestly say there have never been anything. And so I get off the phone and I'm finally like, I know he's not in harm's way. And I was just like, I have to go to sleep. I have to get off the phone. I will talk to you in the morning because I'm just like, mate, are you, what the fuck?
Right.
And so I literally got off the phone, was sick to my stomach. I turned my phone off because I was just like, I can't handle this. So the next morning comes around. Mind you, my father, Gary, is on the way with his truck and a U-Haul and is getting ready to load everything up. It's 7 a.m. and I wake up, I call him and a woman answers. And he had told me that his mom had quote unquote moved in with him because she sold her house and she was just
Okay.
And she said, you have the wrong number. Because I said, I'm calling for La-di-da. And well, you've got the wrong number. I said, oh no, sweetie. As a matter of fact, I have the right fucking number and I'm going to let you know everything right now. I said, because I am afraid for his mental health right now.
Okay.
And so I just said everything. I got off the phone and then that was it. And you want to talk about like that to me was like, I kind of got ghosted, but I don't know. Like it was just a weird situation.
We never heard anything again.
Never heard a single peep. Well, listen to this. So we had lived in Dallas, moved back from Dallas. I'm in my own, got my house and everything like that. And this is back when I still had Snapchat. And someone had tried to add me from my contacts. Well, it was him. Leslie, he had given me a completely different name because I couldn't find him on anything.
Oh my Lord.
Because I'm an FBI agent. Sure. I will find out your social security number and where and when you were born.
Right.
I'll have your whole zodiac sign. But he had given me a completely false first and last name. His middle name is what he was going by. I looked him up. This man had 2 DWIs, endangerment of children, because he was drinking and driving with his children. He had multiple restraining orders. And come to find out, like, his family did own a development team in McKinney. Like, that was all true. But he was severely, like, mentally unstable. And I had absolutely no idea. I'm over here telling Riley, we're going to go to the opera. Shit that we didn't want to do, but we're going to go do all this too. And I'm like, oh no, I was going to end up dead probably because this man was insane. Like, absolutely insane.
It was the craziest week.
It was wild. It was just wild. And then at that point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be a hoe again. I'm just going to be a hoe. It's fine. I don't want to go through this. I will be out in these streets. And buddy, was I. The rubber met the road and I was smoking them tires. Maybe I was.
We had red light district. We like flipped the red light at our house. In Dallas, I'm going to tell you right now, we have never, we still talk about it because it was so much fun. We had so much fun in Dallas. And
we found the chubby chasers of Dallas, and they was chasing our chubby asses.
the
That is for
hottest. I'm really not saying this with like rose-colored glasses on, or did I have them on then? When I say the hottest men that we have probably ever associated with,
beating our damn door down.
deep beating the door down.
Beating our damn door down.
It was the
Wanting
wildest.
seconds and thirds.
It was wild.
just-
It was
were like,
wild.
all right, maybe we should stay. I don't
And we
know.
were big as barns.
Oh my God.
We have
Because
photos.
I know.
We have photos. I wish we could like put up a photo of us into this. No,
No.
the viewers need to see like what we looked like.
I will just say
was
this:
terrible.
if you're looking at me right now, double me because I've literally lost
Same.
my actual weight.
Really?
Yep,
Yes.
same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that was the prime time, honey. We was a prime choice, weren't we? USDA.
Let me just tell y'all this, not to call JC out, but let me tell you,
Oh,
JC would.
But I'm gonna.
Brett,
JC
if you're
would
listening, I
fall.
need you to. Oh.
JC would fall when I tell you.
The ground would shake.
When she no, not even that. The amount of times that she actually fell in Dallas, like
Girl.
tripped and fell.
Because my fat
I'm
ass
not
was so off
exaggerating.
kilter.
She literally, Leslie, fell so many times that we have multiple stories of her falling
Multiple.
because she would always, JC's always known for wearing like heels or like a platform or something like that. This bitch fell everywhere we went. She fell on flat surface in front of Tiffany and Company, and I will never forget it. I will never forget that day of her falling in the mall, and it was literally the earth shook, and every person.
I'm surprised I didn't set off an alarm somewhere.
I was laughing so hard I could not. There was no sound coming out of me
Yeah.
because it was the funniest shit.
I'm not the most graceful.
Well, you're way more graceful now. Way more graceful.
Well,
we were
you
talking
know,
about
I
that the other
didn't
day.
have
150 extra
pounds
Yeah.
on these tiny skinny little ankles, like dainty little ankles.
It was your it's weak ankles.
I had some weak ankles because the thing is, no matter how big I was, my legs always looked great.
They did.
They did.
I mean, the calves have shrunk.
Well,
Just remember, you couldn't wear boots. Remember,
that's
you'd
also
always get so mad.
GLP-1.
She would get so mat because she couldn't get boots to fit over her calf, and she would be
I'd be
so
cussing.
pissed at Neiman's
Honey,
every
I'd
time.
be cussing Christian Louboutin out, that fat phobic bastard, and I'd still call him that, even though I've got 52 pairs of his shoes now.
Oh God, living in Dallas was truly like it was
a
so much
time.
fun.
It was a time. We had a good time.
We wouldn't survive it now, and not because of like being wild. It's just like we wouldn't
my
survive
God.
like financially because of
it's
the
not even
lifestyle that we have
We're
built
so,
for
I
ourselves at
think,
this point.
we were definitely mentally unwell when we lived
Oh,
there.
for sure.
And now the peace and the balance that we have,
There's no way
just
we could not
a
survive it.
chance in hell you could throw me back in there. Because I'm not kidding you when I say we lived on a corner apartment on the first level on the street right off of Medical District. We literally listened to the DART bus, a helicopter, people racing up and down the street, shootings, ambulance. I mean, like, it was just stupid. We would go sit on our patio to smoke a cigarette and talk shit, and we'd have to take 2-minute intermissions because the train would come by
And homeless people will walk up and ask us for a cigarette.
for a cigarette, and then they'd watch our TV from our patio. So you know what I mean?
And I
Like, it
let
was
'em.
just, and he was so okay with
I would
this.
open the blinds and let them watch it. I felt sorry for them.
We had been living there for like 4 months at that point, and I turned and I got so scared because a woman had pushed herself through the gate because she's homeless and she's walking her way over like through the gates to get into the dumpster, and I'm freaking out. He's talking to me, he's like, "What?" And I said, "She just pushed through the gate." He goes, "Oh yeah, she does it every day. It's fine." What do you mean? What do you mean? We're paying an ungodly amount in
We
rent.
paid a lot.
What do you mean? And so now I'm just like, there's not a fat chance in hell. I don't care if you're paying me to live in Dallas. If Bravo TV, Andy Cohen called me and said, "We're going to put you on the Real Housewives of Dallas, Texas." Kiss my ass, Andy. No, you're coming to Paris, Texas.
Yeah,
But
there's no way. Well, we couldn't financially sustain it, the lifestyle now that we have accrued for ourselves. Because we were bad then, but now it's like, oh, hell no.
oh God,
Hell no.
we'd be homeless in a month.
No, yeah, we couldn't.
And that's
there's
being
no way.
generous. That's just because we had to pay the first month up. We spent everything else at Neiman Marcus, 1,000.
Well, that and just like everything else that we like beyond that, like just our curation of like home decor. Because back then we didn't do interior design and our expectations and lifestyle and stuff like it's just different. It's just, I mean, I want to say that we can't help it. We could help it, but we don't want to help it.
But what do you mean I can't do my whole living room in 4 hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All custom.
Well, I mean, I think the difference too is the growth in yourself. Like,
Oh, for
'cause
sure.
you could be out there in the streets in a different mindset, and now to think about that and the situations you put yourself in that probably
yeah.
were dangerous and
Yeah.
probably were out there, and then you're just like, oh my God, how
I
did we
tell people-
survive? Literally survive.
Oh, honestly, our mental health was so bad, but we were still having so much.
We were
it's fun.
manic as
It's
fuck.
fun.
We were
We were
manic.
just manic.
We
as
were
fuck, just
so
living
manic.
and living. And I will
It was
still
fun,
to this day.
but-
It's still one of the best times of my life. We had so much fun. I would go back and do it again if I could go back and walk in those shoes again. You know, I would. When I regret nothing. I was dead broke when we came home. We were. I mean,
Broke.
We were broke.
Broke.
We're okay. Now, if we had that mindset, if I was hot to trot on the streets again, I've told people this multiple times. I am so secure in our relationship. We are totally fine. But God forbid if anything were to happen. These men, I would abuse these men 10 times worse than I was beforehand. Because now, no. No, you're not going to get anything.
Oh,
past
no,
me.
there's
I'm not
no
gonna
way.
sit there and believe any shit
Right.
you tell me now. Like, it will be 10 times worse.
Yeah, the
I don't
dating, our dating scene and stuff would be completely different just because
Oh,
of our
for sure.
just our self worth. Like,
Well, because I mean, I live vicariously through you, and we will sit there and be like, he'll go, I cut somebody out. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck that. Yeah, call that shit out. Absolutely. That's some bullshit. We know that's bullshit. Whereas before you'd been like, oh, he really does care about me. It's just right now he's on airplane mode for the next 48 hours. And, you know, he's needing some space. The fuck? No, go burn his house. Like, fuck him. Like, don't even talk to him again.
Yeah.
Block him. So,
yeah, no one needs to live vicariously through me though. Like, I am a pawpaw, so no one needs to do that.
people me all over here.
Yeah,
Well, but you enjoy it.
I do. Yeah. I enjoy my quieter, slower pace of life that I have now. It's much more curated than it was before.
It just being
So-
chaos.
Yeah, it was chaos before, and I know it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I have to have that though, like with what we do,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for work and getting older and realizing what I need mentally and physically to sustain myself,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is completely different than what it was years ago. So, and rightfully so. I mean, my God.
Well, and you just
should
come
be.
into
Anyone.
yourself more too. Like,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
you know, you now have settled down and been like, no, this is me. This is actually me. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
Instead of trying to find what's it going to be, what's the next thing. It's just like, well, no, I'm actually very secure in who I am and what I require. And if it doesn't make it, then I'm not going to do it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
exactly.
it's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the acceptance of behaviors like you were talking about, you know, from other people and even from yourself is so different when you're kind of in that wild stage and finding yourself. And then you get to that point where you're just like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
nothing about that sounds like fun now.
Yeah.
Like there were fun times and I
That's when
wouldn't
I was
change it, but
a young
golly,
hoe.
it sounds exhausting right
Yeah.
now.
That was the young hoe days, and now we're an old hoe, and I'm not. This old hoe ain't doing no tricks.
Like, that's, too much,
I'm
that's too much work.
no.
It
I'm
is
not
so
doing
different though what you will accept back then versus what you will accept now, and like you're like grossed out with yourself a little bit.
Oh my!
Like I definitely like a little bit grossed
God.
out and disgusted. That I'm like, oh,
Well, I have like I call them my PTSD flashbacks of just out there working these streets, and I'm like,
yeah,
ew. And I look at, and of course now, like I definitely, this is part of the reason I've lived so many lives in my very short time on this earth. I've lived so many freaking lives, but I know I sound like just old mother wisdom to some of these my clients that are in their 50s, or if they're 17, that I'm like, baby, don't accept that shit. Don't do that. No, absolutely the fuck not. No, he is playing you, or that is not a situation you need to be in, or anything like that. And I'm grateful for the experience, but there are definitely things I look back on like, oh, baby, hell
well, it makes
no.
me wonder if some of these older individuals have ever experienced anything.
Life, yeah.
Because I'm like, why the fuck y'all keep? You really okay with that?
Why you keep
Yes.
doing it? Well, because
Like,
that's
that's kinda
another
weird.
philosophy. Just to go with like, this is the only time I'm living the miracle right now, and this is the only time that I've got is I'm going to do anything for an experience. It could be a shitty one, but guess what? We're going to laugh about it later.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my outlook on life is like, we're just going to do it. We're going to risk it for the biscuit, and we're just going to find out if it's crumbs or if it's a full biscuit. Like I wish people would get out. I think that is a big problem is like, y'all aren't experiencing life. Like you're not going out there and trying to throw yourself in a situation that's totally uncomfortable. Whereas like, especially for us, like in the LGBT community, you're thrown in an experience that's going to make you uncomfortable every single day. And like, you definitely have a really good analogy. We wear T-shirts that literally has all of our shit on front you know, where everyone else, their tattoos are covered. You know, I think it comes down to a lot of just ignorance of like not having any experience through life or different things. I don't know.
Yeah. I told someone recently, I was like, I really do think that people think that they can hurt my feelings. And I would say, like, even a few years ago, yeah, you probably could have. Now I'm to a point where I'm just like, okay, because when you have grown up in the LGBTQ community and you've had to wear those things out, like, baby, we've been through it. It's been said, it's been done. We've been made fun of. You get bullied. You are hurt by even people that you think are your close people, you know, things like that. So, like, it takes a lot. I always tell people, like, some of your strongest individuals in this world will be an LGBTQ person. Like,
we've had to walk many walks in many lives.
There's a lot. There's a lot. So,
and just experiencing the prejudice that comes just going to the gas station, just going to Walmart, like those things that hetero cis people do not really have to tolerate.
Yeah. Well, like you just had a good example of like I struggle with going into a like any restroom, public restroom, just because like it gives me, I'm very confident in myself and I'm very, you know what I mean? Like I totally fine with that, but it's still just like, it gives me so much anxiety when we're out and about and in public. Like I truly think those steps out. Where most people are like, well, just go to the bathroom.
Right.
Well, sweetie, if somebody has a suspicion or if they feel like they can make a scene about you, especially in the culture that we're in now.
Yes.
I mean, I can go to jail. Like, what do you mean? You know? So it's just, or I could be killed and no one give a shit about it either. And it actually be justified. So it's like, no, I don't have it. We don't live that life. We don't live that type of normal. And I mean, I know we both have been put in situations where we were physically harmed because, you know what I mean? Like we have that kind of trauma that we've processed through, but we're still carrying it around, you know, especially a lot of people in the LGBT community.
It's always in the back of your mind, regardless of like how strong you appear to be or how strong that you are. Like it still sits there and it's going to be there just like with anything else. It's still a memory.
But it's stuff that we walk around with that no one ever, and it's simple things, just like I said, like going to the bathroom. I can't walk into Walmart because I was accosted in a Walmart, you know, at one point. And so like I still, even going to Walmart is triggering for me, you know, but I have to. It's part of my day to day. I have to go and do these things. I can't just hole up, which I think is also why a lot of people in the LGBT community have such a different outlook on life too, because I'm not going to hole up, you know, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to have to.
Well, and if you want to go back to considering this is Pride Month, if you want to know why there is Pride, this is why. When you really, like, and I don't love everything that comes with Pride. JC and I have always said this, like, we're not a huge...
Right, that's what I was about to ask, because I know how you stand on
we're not very
waving the flag.
We don't wave flags. We don't stand in the parades. We don't do that. We do believe in pride, and we believe in what it took and what the men and women fought for.
Absolutely,
yeah,
to be able to get us to where we are at today. But I feel like that we both stand very...
We have to be conservative in that way. I'll say it like that. We have to be conservative in that way because we know the reality, what reality is. And I agree with everyone that's just like, well, that's not right, and da-da-da-da, and you should be loud and proud, and da-da-da. I agree, but that's not reality. Right. That's not the reality we live in. I agree. I think everyone, if you want to be a purple pickle eater, be a purple pickle eater. If that's what you, and I'll respect it. 1,000, as long as you're not hurting anyone or children, especially, like, as long as you're not doing anything crazy, I respect it 1,010%. But the reality is, a lot of people are going to look at you and be like, what the fuck do you mean you're a purple pickle eater? You know, or
how dare you? How dare you?
And of course, like, we get shit shoved down our throats all day long, and then it gets turned around and says, and me and Brett were actually laughing about this the other day. He goes, I think it's really, really comical that the term that a lot of straight men will use is, well, I don't want that gay shit shoved down my throat. And he's like, do they not see how funny that shit is? Like, why do you think of something being shoved down your throat?
Right.
But it's just, it's that, you know, and that's just reality is like, yes, I want to be as loud and as proud, but in reality, and I've always said this, I just want to live a normal life. I just want to, right now, honestly, what I dreamt of as a kid was having a normal life, the normal life that I'm living now. I have a home, I've got 2 dogs, and I've got a man that loves me. And I'm very blessed in that. And that was the dream at that point. Anything else is extra, and it's wonderful. And I'm going to be so grateful for it. That is a dream that's not obtainable for a lot of people in my shoes and my position. Right. And I know that. And that is why we have pride. That's why I'm prideful to be a trans woman and to be able to stand up in a small town and say, hey, I was born here too. this is my town just as much as it is yours.
Yeah.
I may not be out here fighting you in the fucking streets, but if it comes down to it, I will.
Right.
You know, like at the end of the day, like I agree to a certain extent that I don't want anyone, just that goes with Christianity, that goes with anything. I don't want it thrown in my face either. Right. I don't at all. I want everyone to live their life, be happy, and just go about your fucking business. Because, it, again, to my point, this is your one shot at it. Live it to the best ability that you can. Don't infringe on anybody else's right to do that also. I don't know. That's just where I stand on it. And it's probably going to be disagreed with, and I don't give a shit.
No, I think it's a very valid stance. And I think that a lot of our listeners, if you've listened to us, you know, before, are going to agree with that. I mean, they know where Leslie and I stand, and they might not agree with everything that we talk about and discuss, but I do believe that the listeners and the people that we do have, and people that even don't agree, that's okay. You can have your point.
That's the beautiful thing about humanity, is that we all are different, and thank God that we are, or we wouldn't get anywhere. That's how I just view things, is like, well, thank God somebody has a different opinion than me, because if it was up to me, everyone's going to wear Louboutins and the streets are going to be painted gold. I don't know what to
That
tell
would be
you. Like,
amazing.
it's just,
I could get on board for that.
See,
world.
I mean, it would be beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I'm glad that we're all different. I wish we were all more comfortable with embracing difference instead of it just being like, oh, that's just so, because we've been indoctrinated into believing that it has to be straight, white, you know, a man and a wife, 2.5 kids, and a dog out front with a picket fence. Like, unfortunately, that's for some reason the message that we got out of everything, every bit of culture that how we've gotten to where we are now. But I embrace difference. I love people that are different. I'm always going to be the person that's going to root for the weirdo. I am the weirdo. I'm going to sit, you know, like I'm going to party with them before I party with Woody Boo that is the town royalty or anything like that. Like, I don't care.
Who's judgy and keeps everything.
And is also pilled out more than likely because she hates her husband. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
we are definitely, this is something that we talk about often because we are very, I got to be careful saying this. We are very, very involved with a lot of multidimensional people.
Yes, good word.
Multidimensional. And we have to experience those multidimensional personalities and lifestyles. And we don't get to just be surrounded by the people like us all the time.
God, no.
And if that was the case, then I mean, this world would be perfect if it was just like us.
Because we're all we all agree we're 98% perfect.
99.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we bumped up.
We've bumped up.
We leveled up. We're 90 listener. We are 99% perfect.
99% perfect. The 1%, I don't know where the hell y'all are.
I'd say 99.5.
Yeah,
me,
we're bringing you 1% down.
Yeah, sorry y'all, but the multidimensional personalities and lifestyles that we are around, we're finding that the people that are presented that are so sought after are the ones that have the most shit lives.
Oh yeah,
and I'm talking about like. When I say shit lives, like if you guys knew some of the things that we know about personal people and about the people that everyone loves to want to be like, or that is so quote unquote respected because of a last name, you would be disgusted.
Absolutely.
And you would view people completely different. You would view people all equal. There wouldn't be none of this, like we're going to put them on a pedestal, because it's disturbing. And disgusting. And JC is right. The amount of people that are on lorazepam, that are on Xanax, that are, I mean, I could name 6 different drugs that some of these people are
just
on.
Freeballing this shit.
And I'm talking about, these are people to just get up and cope. To cope, to make it to their appointment with us.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing where we're from, there's a neighborhood called The Hills. And when I was growing up, The Hills was like the place to live back in the Gap. 195 in general. The reality is you can drive down 195 and look at all these beautiful homes and all this, but the actual reality is 1 out of 3 of those homes more than likely are in shambles. Rather it be financially, their marriage is struggling, they have codependency problems, you know what I mean? But the present front that we put on is everything's totally fine and it's totally perfect. And that goes back to the example of like, whereas we have our shit on Front Street, you know, and I'm always going to live with my shit on Front Street. I do not care. Well,
we were like literally introduced as
the gender that we... the face like, for you
which is
always,
embarrassing.
This is my gay friend, Riley. And then what I end up having to deal with is I'll be introduced, everything will be totally fine. And then guess what? When I leave, the second I leave, that's when the conversation starts. Well, you know, she's trans. You know, she was born a man. Da-da-da-da. And there have been so many times that people have come to me and like, well, so and so said this and did it. Of course, they try to bring some positive light into the shit talking of like, well, they just can't believe it and And here's my answer is, because it'll be like, well, they think you just look so beautiful and that you look just like a woman. I'm like, okay, what's their excuse? Yeah. You know what I mean? They're talking all this shit. What is your excuse for looking the way that you know, like, I can sit there and have a shit throwing party too, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I would have rather you brought that to my attention and said that to me.
Yeah.
Then
ask
you
the questions.
ask the questions. Because just I came in here and said I was an open book. I started out the gate ready to jump. You know, I'm an open book as long as you have respect and you have decency, because that's what anyone
Ask
wants.
anything. Ask
anything that you
We're
want.
completely cool with you asking anything.
To me, that's anyone in general, I think, would be okay with you asking something versus talking shit about me.
Well, and also you felt comfortable enough to sit there. What did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my biggest question now.
Did you say anything like this isn't appropriate? It doesn't matter what someone has between their legs.
Like, and then why did you bring it to my attention? What is this helping?
Other than your insecurity. That's my thing at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I know it's a deep found, you have insecurities and you're trying
guilty
to find.
Conscience too.
It's a tit for tack. You're trying to find, what is my tit for your tack? If it's that, well, honey, you ride off on it. Go right on ahead and spin while you do it. Because I got plenty of shit.
I'm like Dorit right now, unbothered.
Just unbothered, smoking my Marlboro Light 100.
I mean, I really have. A year lately, I've just been like, y'all doing
well,
this
if
with the
I
wrong.
started giving a shit about all the shit people said about me, then honey, I'd be in the grave right now. 1010%.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, and also would have no time to do anything because I'd be wallowing in the bed. Like, I mean, I'd have I am too, and I've told, this is what I always say whenever someone starts bringing up gossip or anything like that. And Riley will tell you this, get a fucking hobby. You have too much time on your hands. Yeah. You have too much time on your hands. I don't have time to worry about Sister Susan down the street and what she's doing. I don't give a fuck at the end of the day.
Why am I taking up so much space in your head?
Truly. Is Sister Susan paying any of my fucking bills? Then I don't give a shit about her. I've got to work, damn it, Brenda. I'm out here shaking this ass for $1 bill right now. I don't care if Susie's in shambles. Right. She's just going to have to be in shambles. And if that's something you need to go talk to Susie, but go talk to her, don't talk to me. Why are you bringing that shit to me?
There was literally this last week, someone came to me about something that I did.
You allegedly did. You did not do this, but
2 years ago.
Okay.
When I tell you this is the most unbothered I think I've ever been in my entire life about something that I just said. She goes, well, I'm trying to like clear your name. I said, don't. I said, add to it.
Yeah.
I said, add to it.
Hype them up.
I said, I want you to expound upon it. And when I tell you, she looked at me like, huh?
Oh, shit.
I said, I don't care.
It's not worth me getting my panties in a wad and having a stroke because my blood pressure shot.
Well,
my blood pressure's already sitting high. I don't need you to add
this
to it.
right here, I mean, it's comical to me. Like, if that's what y'all think, then damn, I'm popular.
No shit. That's the thing too. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, 2 years you've been on this? 2 years?
And will not let it go.
My gosh.
I mean, viewers, I moved away and this still is going.
Yeah, I guess you were dicking around over 1,000 miles away.
1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. So
you were fucking up relationships with that over 1,000 miles away.
1,000 miles away.
I'm so proud of you. Bad bitch.
I'm such a baddie.
You have such influence.
I mean, but it's comical to me now. Like, I'm like, if you come to me with some bullshit like that, like now, if you come and you are saying that I like kicked a kitten or hurt a dog, that's where I'm fixing to draw the line. But if you say I was fucking your man,
sure,
whatever.
Probably.
Maybe I was.
But
maybe
if I was,
wasn't.
then he ain't much of your man, is he?
I guess you still bothered.
My memo has always been, if you can take them, you can have them.
Yeah.
So if you start living by that mentality, then you ain't gonna worry about if Riley's sucking your husband's dick. Is all I'm gonna say.
Which, I mean, I wasn't.
He wasn't. I would like
for real though.
For the record, I would like it to be clear that he was not.
I was not. I mean, this is.
If we should really expound, well, this will be on the after hour.
This is the after hours because there's so. This is all the time with me though. This is all the time. Some kind of narrative is swung at me, and I'm always like, I'm just over here like JC said, trying to shake my ass for $1. Right. I just want another
If I
Louis
wanted to, I
Vuitton.
probably
That's
could
it.
have, but I didn't.
I didn't. I mean, there's a time and a place I did some stupid shit.
Baby, back in the Gap, I was throwing it back, but I'm
I
not
haven't
anymore.
been.
Yeah.
I'm retired.
I'm a reformed hoe. I'm off the streets now.
Good.
I got into a program and I'm fine now.
You met your man.
I
You're
met my
good.
man. I did.
So I want to go back to, though, we're talking about when people ask questions. First off, everyone should just mind their business. It doesn't matter where you
Absolutely,
came
but
from,
we're
what you're
people and
doing,
that's
and
not
what you
gonna
do.
happen.
Like,
I
but
can't mind my
sometimes
own business. So.
people have general curiosity, like, how did you know? When did this start? What do you know? Surgery, non-surgery, but pills, all those things. Like, how should someone approach? Like, let's say not necessarily you, but let's
Just in
talk about
general.
our straight people on here that aren't used to dealing with other lifestyles or whatever you want to say. Like, what is offensive? What is not offensive? Like, is it offensive to ask? Because I know a lot of people feel like, well, I can't ask because I don't want to offend them.
I think a good rule of judge is don't ask anything you don't want me to flip it around on you and ask. If it's going to make you uncomfortable, don't do that. I'm also someone that I welcome. Some people aren't as open as me and don't want to be, and that's totally fine. I'm a person that if you have a good experience with me as a trans person and you feel like I respected you and you respect me, then guess what? That's opening you up to the trans community and you're going to look at it from a respectful point of view. So that's why I am such an open book. Don't cross it. But I will be an open book as long as you're respectful. And obviously, like, I don't want to be sitting at dinner and we're at a whole group dinner and then you're just going to blab across the hey, do you still have your have what? I'm going to need it better be a bag or a pair of shoes that you're about to ask me if I still have.
My job, what?
Honey, if you're talking about the Jolly Green Giant, I'm going to need you to calm down. It's just be respectful. I mean, I promise you're not going to offend me because the amount of questions and the way that they have been asked to me, it's comical. For me, it's comical at this point.
I would say, even from my perspective of like being around you, because you are open, but not everyone else is.
Right.
So we have to view that in a light of
Let it be
not
led by the
everyone's
person.
you.
Yeah, not everyone is me. Absolutely.
Not everyone
there
is
are some
Stacey.
people that just want to live their private life and respect that. Just like if you don't want me asking you all these interpersonal questions,
I would say
if we're in a setting like this, or if we're friends, sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but
you're
like
good.
if it's a safe space and you actually know me, that's the
yeah,
other
there's
thing.
a difference.
Bitch, if this is my first time meeting you and you're going to ask me, so when did you start transitioning? And you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I'm going to tell you to take 10 seats back.
Here's a way to address that. So anyone out there straight or not sure how to address someone that is trans or from the LGBTQ, a good way to address that is, would you be willing to share something about your personal life with me? That question right there opens the door and makes us feel safe.
That's my favorite.
That is the way to address anyone, just like it would be with a straight person.
Yeah.
Because if that question came back to you, would you be comfortable
like it?
to share with your... So a way to start off just that simple line there. And then if the person is comfortable enough, then that door opens. With anyone that is trans, that door will open if they're comfortable enough to share. If they're not comfortable enough to share, then they will say, I'm just
I don't
not
wanna talk
comfortable
about that.
enough to share with you right now because I don't know you. Leave it. Get to know them. Get to know the person that's standing in front of you, not because of them being trans, but because of their heart. Stop looking at people's genitalia and stop looking at the outer
their gender,
appearance,
their race, anything. Because
anything, and get to know who they are based on their
I
heart.
will say we're talking about trans. I'm trans, obviously. That's going to be my topic, But approach anything like that. Approach whether it's someone's sexual identity or that totally flubbed that one up. Not sexual identity. What is it? Sexual preference.
Sexual identity could be fine.
Or sexual identity, whatever.
I kind of like that.
Whatever their sexual identity.
What's your sexual identity?
My favorite thing to say is that everyone's a little gay. It just depends on where you're at on the spectrum. But
I agree.
My thing is just approach everything of just like, well, where someone identifies with. But also, if anything, I think it's smart and safe to approach race like that. It's culture.
Absolutely.
Anything like that. Be fucking respectful. And just say, hey, are you okay if I ask you a couple of questions that are a little personal? Totally fine if not. That's the best way. I trust me, I have had plenty of people, clients, friends of friends, family, just be like, hey, do you mind if I just have a couple of questions? And I am a person that's going to say, hey, the more knowledge that you have, the better. versus you just running around these streets throwing some shit out there, you know, and it's going to help you look at people with a different perspective. Absolutely. But there's also questions that I'm like, hey, if you don't want me to ask you the same thing, and I'll preface that. I will literally say that. To me, that's the best way you can become a more well-rounded person anyways, is to ask questions.
Those walls start coming down to where those walls were built up by everyone, by the straight community, the heterosexual community, and the LGBTQ community. Those walls are still so high.
Of course.
And if both groups would approach it in this way and just be like, can I ask you a question? Would you be willing to share?
Ask me that, especially normal people.
Sure.
If they actually take it and are respectful, and it actually gives me a glimmer of hope to be like,
absolutely.
Oh, everyone's not. It reminds me, not everyone is a fucking asshole.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Not everyone's an asshole
or a bigot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A lot of bigotry comes from ignorance.
Absolutely.
And there are people that are afraid to ask anything because they don't.
But then you're
want
just
to
going to
offend,
remain
and they're
ignorant.
just dancing around, but then they don't understand it, so that leads to just more of their like standoffishness and it's so. And the thing is that everyone needs to understand is you don't have to understand someone's lifestyle.
I don't have to understand it to accept it.
Right. We don't understand why people stay in abusive relationships. We don't understand these things. I don't understand these things. I don't understand a lot of people's lifestyles. It's not my business though.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
you're making that choice. If you want me to help you get out or change your lifestyle, I'm here. It's what I do. I mean, that's what we all do. Like y'all have that power too sometimes. The ability is there. It's just asking the questions and being respectful. Because I think you can also have those people who are asking questions just to be
use it against you,
hateful
too.
or to use it against you. And like that's never appropriate in anyone's life. So that's why I wanted to bring that up, because I know that like I have worked with a lot of people who have never dealt with the LGBTQ community ever, and they'll say things and I'm like, wait, what? Like why would you say that out loud with your whole chest? Like what are you talking about?
You got a lot of braveness. You got a lot of audacity.
Are you that ignorant or like what is happening here? And you don't really understand. Like, and you don't have to truly understand where, like, it's the life.
Yeah.
If they're happy, be happy. If you like it, I love it. Like, that's my thing, is just live your life however you need to be happy. And when we were sitting here, I was thinking about, I had a client one time and it was a transgender man, and he came in and I was like looking at my thing, and it was a female name because it was their dead name. But it was still what's on their insurance, everything else. And so I look out the lobby and I'm like, so I go back in, I look again, and I came out and I'm like, are you so-and-so's husband? And he was like, oh my God, no, but thank you. I was like, what's happening? And then I realized that he tells me a story. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, just for you to think I was a man, just right off the bat.
Baby, that was some affirmation
like,
right there.
He's in tears, and I'm like, yeah, I thought you were a dude. Like I
thought you was just
1,000% thought you were somebody's husband. He's like, well, I am. I'm just so happy.
Listen, when I first met JC, I had no clue. Like, you have to understand, like,
surprise, shawty.
Like, someone had to tell me. I was literally, and it was someone she went to high school with that had to set me down and, like, quietly, which was a gay friend of mine. And he goes, hey,
sister, I gotta put your hand and tell you that.
Hey, you do know. And I was like, know what? All I know is she cut my hair good.
Great.
She cut my hair real good.
Well, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
JC identifies as a she. And I'm like,
you're on the right step, and
what the fuck? You know, because I was just like, I had no clue, you know? And then, I mean, but it never changed. It never changed my perception of JC and like it did eventually open up questions, because I mean, I'd never been friends with someone that was trans. I'd never been around anyone. I mean, I grew up in McCurtain County. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was the only gay person in our school at the time. And
you were the only out gay person. You know, I would like to clarify that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's the reality too, even in the gay community, is that there's so much that we don't know about each other. You know, like everyone, the gays don't know what the lesbians do. You know what I mean? Like,
there's
so
not
a lot of trans experience. Like, there's so much to learn about everyone, and that's why
even in the LGBTQ community, everyone thinks that we're all just this big happy family. Bitch,
are not.
We are not.
We are not.
There's so much hate within the community that is,
some of your sister and some of your cousins.
some of them are long lost cousins that you do not like.
You don't talk to.
So, I mean, it's not like this. I mean, I think everyone has this perception of like, we're just this weird group of people that get on the school bus. Yes.
Diana Ross is not.
Baby, no, we're not. We're not like that. So, I mean, that's why we welcome anyone that asks us questions if you do it appropriately. It's not what you guys think it is.
No.
And pride is not what you think it is. I mean, everyone is just so goofy about it. And I'm like, y'all are so uneducated. And it makes me laugh at this point because I'm just like, y'all some dumb motherfuckers.
Just stupid.
Like, y'all are just so dumb.
Choosing to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the thing is
choice.
you're choosing to be that way. You're choosing that. You're choosing to walk through life with a filter on, and now you're not getting to experience the fabulousness that is me.
Exactly.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, I would definitely maybe try to take that filter off, but just say personally. But I mean, that's just real. That's how I look at things is like, I'm not going to I'm going to be friends with weirdo. My mom always said, like, you've always had a good judge of character. You've brought some of the strangest fucking people on. And that's why my mom is literally, and we can say this, no one else can. I call her the fag hag because she loves the gays. Loves them. And she has always been open arms to them. Even when she struggled with fully accepting me. She still to this day, if we were like, there's still things that we are working on, you know what I mean? But like, she has opened arms to quite literally everyone.
Yeah.
And it's because she knows, baby, if you're going to be in my life, I'm going to have some fucking weirdos around me because I think everyone's beautiful to an extent until you prove otherwise. You know, to me, ugly is just sitting there and hating somebody just because they're different or because you would not believe. This is the one thing that I hate being told is, well, I'm all right with you. Like as in a trans person, like you're different. You're different. I'm still a fucking trans person.
Right.
He's still a gay man. We're not what you have been told is stereotypical and what you just imagine. We're still we still identify in that group. So when you're talking shit about those people, you're talking shit about me indirectly and him. Right. So the reality is no, you're not okay with trans people then. If I'm not an exception. I'm not an exception. That is one thing I've always been big on too is if you're going to have love for me and you can accept me, you can do the same thing for the person that maybe is not as passing or doesn't carry themselves the same way or is just completely different than me. You can also accept them because again, like I don't have to understand you to accept it. I don't, because at the end of the day, it's not causing me any harm. It's not affecting me. And one thing my mom's always told me, if it doesn't affect you paying your bills, don't pay it any mind. Don't give a shit. That's the only thing you really need to worry about at the end of the day. And in reality is for us as the gay community, it can affect our bills. It can affect the way that we pay our bills. I have 1010% had clients quit me because they found out. Because it's not something that I can't. Not in my situation at work. Like I can't just be out and about and proudly doing it. That goes back to us being a little bit more conservative. But I have had clients that have found out and quit me because of it.
Same.
Multiple times. You know, and that
we lost
right there takes money out of that. Takes food out of my mouth.
We've lost design accounts and everything based on it.
Oh yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah.
And then especially
the world is full of ignorant people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got the tag team, the dream team over here. You've got the gay and the tranny, and they're about to tag team your ass.
Yeah.
Don't let us find out.
That's the fear, right? That's the fear is you're going to tag team.
Oh, that is the fear. That is 1010% fear. Anyone that is so ignorant and so to me, this is how I sleep with it at night. Anyone that's going to sit there and blatantly come out and just be so against her, you're scared of my ass, and you should be, honey. I'm a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. And I know that. So it's just, I'm fine with being intimidating. It's totally fine. I've been told I'm intimidating my entire freaking life. So don't tempt me with a good time. Yeah. Anyway, sorry I got off on that little tangent.
No, I love it. We love a good tangent here.
To circle back and land my plane one more time. You can ask questions. Just be respectful about it. And like you said, Riley, like a good example is just be aware of how you're opening up that door in that conversation. Don't just kick the fucking door in and it's like, what's between your legs? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that, you know, and read the fucking room and know what time and place. And that just goes in life in general.
I mean, it really does for anyone.
Does.
Like, you're not going to just walk up to someone and like say the things that you guys get said to you.
Yeah.
Like,
it's insane.
You shouldn't walk up to anyone and say the things that you
not
get said to.
Believe. I mean, and I say, don't ask me at a dinner table. Don't ask me because it's happened. It has happened, and just me being present for the conversation and also not being present for the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious the people that bring these things up, because if I start digging your shit out and start asking you across the table, how you gonna feel? And don't get mad when I do, because that's the other thing. But that's in life in general. Do not kick an anthill and get pissed off that you're now covered in ants.
Right.
Because baby, if I have just the same right to bite back at you. And I think when I think about it, of course, for me, this is normal. This is my normality. This is the life that I live. But really, in every aspect and concept that we're talking about how you should address these issues or things like that, it's the same thing in life in general. Just be respectful of people. I think that's the one thing that we lack in human society now, is just decency and respect for people, regardless if you agree with them, you like them. I'm still going to respect the homeless man on the street, even though he's might be out of his mind and doesn't know, and I don't, I still respect him.
Right.
I'm not going to be disrespectful to him. I'm not going to kick him while he's down. So
on that note, everyone, we are going to stop this episode. We are going to continue this conversation next week.
We will see you guys then.
Thank you for joining us on Hey Therapist. For my co-host, Riley DeWitt, I'm Leslie Ross. You can contact us on the website at heytherapist.com or on our socials at Hey Therapist Social. Hey Therapist is an SEOK radio production and is for your entertainment purposes only. Thank you for joining us. Make good choices.